Welcome to my channel, Outside the Levees. I'm Jared Serenay, and today I'm going on a duck hunt in the Louisiana marsh. It was a beautiful windy morning and the ducks were working in great. Let's get it started.
Perfect.
Dilly.
I'm getting hit in the face with feathers. Feathers literally just came through my face. Come on. Woodies. Look. He's right here. Right here.
Somebody get him.
There you go.
Kill it.
I went selfish on you.
Watch this one. Dilly. That's all we're waiting on.
Somebody else, man.
That bird was wounded or
the
something.
bird.
He was acting weird, man.
Well, his buddy fell.
Look, four. You see the four over the marsh?
His buddy fell down. He said, "I got to go
Yeah,
help."
but he was fine.
Y'all do it. Oh, boo.
He's coming. He's coming. Take him.
Shoot them thing. Cool. Oh, screw it.
This is insane, bro.
No, he owns that goddamn zebra. He got a zebra.
Here you go. Alright, we're back after the teal this morning. This will probably be my last hunt for the teal season. But it's a beautiful one. That cool front still got the weather just absolutely perfect. Teal are working in. Not as thick as it was yesterday, but they may decide to fly a little bit late. I think if we stick it out, we'll have a great hunt. We got 4 mojos out, but that's teal season. You got to do it. They love them. They love them. We just had 2 birds buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. Like, they wanted to make friends with the mojos so bad, but they just didn't know how to break the ice. We'll be rotating 4 shooters, and we're going to keep pounding on them. Y'all stay tuned.
Go. Oh, God. Ask me you. Yeah.
this count, guys.
Billy. Ooh, I got him!
Kill him again. Huh? Kill him again. That was not dead.
Hit it. Ready? And make this count, guys.
Dylan.
Ooh, I got him!
You got that 3 in the hand.
Nina.
Look.
Sorry.
Another one.
To be honest, I'm hunting.
Here you go.
Go.
Dylan.
Oh man, that's teamwork there.
These four got up.
That worked good.
Yeah, pretty good. Oh, no, that does mine right.
Alright, somebody from the back shoot. You fools ready? Y'all call it.
Go ahead. Yeah. Got one down.
You came to a knife fight. Hey.
Kill him. Dylan.
Okay, it's much later in the morning now. Definitely not the amount of teal that we saw yesterday, but a slow trickle. Like every 20 minutes we'll see something come through. We caught the 9 o'clock flight. Maybe we'll catch the 9:30 flight here in a little bit. Still a good breeze blowing, which helps keep them moving throughout the day. Sunshine lights up the decoys, lights up the mojos, so some that you may have missed at a further distance early in the morning will now see your mojo and your decoys and come in. So we're gonna stick it out. Beautiful day, no reason to go home yet.
What are you fools doing?
saw him. I know where he is.
There's one on back in that marsh. That marsh is full of birds right now.
Ever the
Dude, that happens every day. Something gets shot at, goes down.
Remember yesterday there was 2?
Yeah.
Stupid
Been happening
things.
every day.
Come on. Come on, see them? Come on, y'all see one of them?
Oh yeah. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
So this one here we're gonna make is duck legs over grits. We're gonna make our grits and we're gonna cook down our duck legs in a delicious sauce. You eat the duck legs with your hands and then scoop up the grits in that sauce. Woo! We're gonna get y'all fixed up for this one. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and make the grits. What I do here is I use stock instead of water to make my grits. So when I clean my ducks, I pull the entire breastbone out and then I fillet the duck breast off of the bone. But what'll happen is you'll have some meat still left on that breastbone and on the wing bones. So what you want to do is use that leftover breastbone to make you some duck stock. Put it in the freezer and use it for dishes like this. Today I'm using store-bought chicken stock, mostly just because I didn't have time for the duck stock to thaw out. But make sure you're using the bones from your ducks to make your stock. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 big cups like this of chicken stock. And we're gonna let that come up to a boil. Then we'll add our grits. All right, now my stock is boiling, so I'm gonna lower the heat down to a medium low. All right, before we put our grits in, we wanna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of butter, some pepper. Get a good bit of pepper in there, it ain't gonna hurt. A little bit of garlic powder. And some salt. And we'll whisk that up a little bit. Okay, now on grits, you want to go with a 4-to-1 ratio. So 4 liquid, 1 grits. And I'm going to start adding them now, and I'm going to stir constantly as the grits start to mix in with the liquid. And just keep on stirring. You want to get it good and mixed up. You don't want your grits to clump up. All right, once your grits start to thicken up like that, go ahead and cover it up and let it cook for about 3 minutes or so. Just keep an eye on it. All right, you can uncover them and your grits should look pretty formed up by now. So at this point, we're gonna add an extra little bit to make them even better. So I'm gonna go with about 3 tablespoons of cream cheese. Probably around 3/4 cups of cheddar cheese. And let's start stirring that around and see what it gets us. Oh yeah. And if you want to soften your grits up, you can add just a little bit of whipping cream as well. So on a dish like this, I don't want my grits to be too runny. I'd rather them be on the drier side because I'm gonna put liquid on top of it. And what you don't want to happen is that you got runny grits and then you're putting liquid on top of it and then you just kind of have a bowl of liquid. So I'm gonna leave them like they are now. I'm happy with how thick they are. Now that the grits are done, go ahead and set them aside. It's time to start prepping the duck. So now we're gonna go ahead and season our ducks. So this is part of a way that I like to utilize most of the entire duck without having to pluck it whole and then roast it. I'm not a big fan of whole roasted duck. I like to mostly cook my duck medium rare most of the time. This is one of those instances where I will cook my ducks slow and low. For the vast majority of the time, I'm filleting my breast off, I'm using my bones to make stock, and then pulling the legs out. And even these legs, you can go ahead and throw them on the barbecue grill for a couple minutes and eat them medium rare and they're freaking delicious. So first things first, we're gonna start with kosher salt. Get it on there good. Then we're gonna go with garlic powder. And a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Then just flip them over and do it again. So since these were frozen and when I thawed them out, when I pulled them out of the Ziploc, I did take a paper towel and pat each one of them dry. You want them as dry as possible when you go to do the browning part that we're about to do. So once you do that, go ahead and chop up about 6 to 8 slices of bacon as well. All right, my pot's warmed up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in my 6 to 8 slices of chopped bacon. Oh yeah. And we're just gonna cook that down so it's nice and crispy. And once that bacon's good and done, go ahead and take it out and set it aside. All right, so now you got some delicious bacon grease in there. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in a tablespoon of butter as well. And we're gonna put our ducks in. Now you want your ducks to get nice and brown, so you may not be able to fit them all at once. I'm gonna probably have to do it in 2 shifts here. Now what we're doing throughout all this is we're creating a big layer of flavor on the bottom of this pot. Down here in Louisiana we call it the gras douce. And what will happen is as it sticks to the bottom of the pot and we eventually add liquid, it's all going to become part of the dish and really add so much flavor to it. Now that's what you're looking for right there, that beautiful crispiness on the outside. Now go ahead and flip them over. All right, now once they're browned on the opposite side, let's pull them out and do the next batch. Now if you look at that, you could eat them like this right now and they'd be just fine. They'd probably be a little bit pink on the inside, which is really a great way to eat duck. Now let's start dropping the next batch. All right, those duck legs are done, so I'm gonna pull those out as well. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 more tablespoon of butter. And to that, I'm gonna add about 1/2 of a large yellow onion and 1/2 of a green bell pepper. We're gonna let those cook down till they start to get pretty soft. Now those are gonna start to release some moisture. So as I'm doing this, I'm kind of scraping the bottom of that pot to get some of the stuff that's stuck down there released into the vegetables. Now once those vegetables are nice and softened up, we're gonna go ahead and add some flour. And to liquefy that back up, we're gonna add some more stock. So I just added a little bit at a time till I get to what I like, which is really just kind of a creamy looking sauce. And a little bit more, and that should do it. So all in all, I'll probably add about 1 cup of stock back in. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add the ducks back in. Get everything off of there. That's all good flavor, that's all good stuff. Get your ducks all evened out in the pot. Now go ahead and put your heat on low. Cover it up. Go drink a cold one and let it do its thing. And now what you want to do is just come back and check on it about every 6 to 7 minutes. Bring a fork and touch your duck legs and see if the meat's starting to fall off the bone. Once it does, you're good. You can cut it off and it's done. All right, that's been cooking down for about 20 to 25 minutes now and the meat is good and tender. So over the course of that, it had actually gotten pretty thick in there, so I added a little bit more stock just to thin it out. Remember, you're going for the consistency of a nice cream sauce with this. Last thing I'm gonna do is top it off with some fresh chopped parsley and green onion. All right, we'll cover it up and let it go for another 2 minutes. All right, now if you haven't been eating your duck legs up to this point, once you see this, hopefully I'll change your mind. All right, now let's introduce these grits to this delicious duck leg sauce that we made here. Get you some extra sauce on there. And then lastly, go ahead and top it off with some of your chopped bacon from earlier. And there it is. So if you haven't been eating your duck legs up to this point, hopefully I'll change your mind with this one. And as I mentioned earlier, go ahead and use your hands to eat the duck. And after that, you got those grits sitting there with that gravy on top. Ball game is done. I hope you like this one. Don't waste your duck legs from here on out. We'll see y'all soon.